Hey guys, we got quite the task ahead of us here. We have, I don't know, 10 kilos worth of mint here that was just taken over the greenhouse. So we're going to go ahead and separate all these. Check out that. This was inside the... Look at all those roots. I don't know if these plants will make it without the roots. They definitely spend a lot of our resources to grow these roots. So we're going to try to do our best to separate all these and turn them into plants. So we're going to just take one piece at a time and untangle it. As long as there's some roots still on it after we untangle it, it should take. We're going to go ahead and put these to the base of the cup. We're going to put 2 or 3 inside of the cup. That way we are sure we'll get something to grow out of each cup. We had all these cups here were failed lettuce plants. We just started this expansion behind us. And as you can see, some of the lettuce is growing, but we did lose about 50 plants. So these cups are almost new cups that we are going to repurpose for mint because the lettuce died. We emptied out all the peat moss or cocoa peat in order to get the cups empty so we could stuff them full of mint. Then, like I said, we're going to put a whole section of plant inside these cups, add the cocoa peat on top. That way it has some material to gather water, just like that. And we got 2 shooters coming out here, and there'll be piles of shooters come out the sides, I think. Check out all this mint, Noah. It's like so much mint. I think the stuff with leaves, we're gonna maybe get ready for harvest and sell some of it. Because there's just, like this here is almost 200 grams, quarter pound. But yeah, they just were taking over my greenhouse. These weren't even in cups at all. Hey, 25 people, like, comment, and share, guys. We're doing some hydroponic mint propagation today. But yeah, my name's Levi. I'm from Florida, or a Florida resident from Pennsylvania. We're here in the Philippines doing hydroponics. But yeah, we had all this mint taking up our greenhouse, starving our lettuce from sunlight and nutrients. So we're just gonna chop it back and put it in new cups and start again. Like I said, these actually didn't come out of cups at all. These were just cuttings that I put inside of the hydroponics. Yeah, we just put 2 or 3 inside a cup, add some cocoa peat in so that the water can get absorbed into the cocoa peat so the roots won't die off. We've got 2 cups so far. I don't know, we have 50 cups here. I think it's safe to say that we have more than 50 cups worth of mint plants here. Gonna try to sell some mint, the leaves that is, and keep the plants here on the farm. There's 1 cutting into a cup, another cut, or here's 2. So that'll be our 3. Just place them in the cup. There's really no wrong way to do propagation. These plants are so strong that they'll just bounce right back. Yeah, we just stuff a little bit of cocoa peat in there, just like that, and move on to the next one. This here is probably almost 50 plants worth of rooting material. So we're gonna maybe start stuffing more than 3 inside of a cup Does it give off a strong smell without eating or drinking? Yeah, it sure does. I definitely eat a fair share of it, but it produces so much in our hydroponics. It's just wild. They say that mint is one of the most invasive herbs in the plant kingdom. Yeah, we're just gonna propagate. 30 people. Hey guys, subscribe, hit that like button, double tap the screen for a like is the easiest way to like. We're here in the Philippines. My name's Levi. I'm from Florida. We're from Pennsylvania, Florida resident, and we are doing hydroponic in the Philippines. These are my shooters. They all came off of the bases of these plants. Where are you guys watching from? Who's all present? Go ahead, comment down below. Let me turn on my all comments, not just top comments. That way we can see everybody's messages. Yeah, double tap the screen. Thanks for the 4 likes, guys. We appreciate it. Yeah, it smells really strong of mint right here. We're just untangling all this mess. Yeah, born in Pennsylvania, was there till I was 12 years old. And then when I became an adult, I got a Florida driver's license, became a Florida resident, and went back to Pennsylvania, became a Pennsylvania resident as an adult. So just kind of was a floater there for years, trying to figure out where my place was in life, and then found that my place was the Philippines. Obviously, we're going to go back to the States sooner or later, but I've got a 13A visa now here in the Philippines, which makes me as close as I can be to a resident, even though I wasn't born here. Yeah, we'll talk about the 13A visas if you guys are interested in learning about that. We've done a little bit of videos of how the paperwork works, but yeah, we're just propagating mint right now. Thank you all for tuning in. That's yesterday. We had a great stream going, and then we lost data, which meant that the stream ended. Does your whole family over there have one? No, me and my brother John, you have to be married to get a 13A visa. Otherwise, you're just here under tourist or missionary visa. There's lots of other different, they have retirement visas, things like that. But in order to have a retirement visa, I think you have to invest something in the realm of 20 to 50,000 US dollars into a business or a house and show your receipts in order to get a retirement visa. So yeah, propagating hydroponic mint. It's a tedious task to say the least, but we're here trying to accomplish the completion of it before lunch today. I don't know if that's going to be possible or not. But yeah, John and I are the only ones with the 13A visa. Noah, I guess your mom and dad are the missionary one. Yeah. But we're just working through this. We're gonna read comments as you guys leave them. So go ahead and drop a comment down below where you're watching from, who it is that you are, and what brings you to the channel. Do you guys watch Philippine content, or are you just scrolling through the live feed and found my channel? Yes, we had almost 100 people in here since the start, and it's just 10 minutes. That's awesome. We have not had that kind of success at all on the channel. Aside from the last couple of days, we've been getting pretty successful with the live streams. 0 people are watching, says YouTube. Something tells me that's not the truth, or that's not accurate. But we're gonna keep going here until to have 100 people in 10 minutes and be down to 0. I feel like we must be doing something wrong. Maybe. Do your mom and dad have to check in the U.S. every year? No, on a missionary visa they don't have to, but they are going to be back in the States this year. My brother Adam is having another baby. Carrie, my sister, is having another baby. I think that's it. I think there's just two of them having a baby this summer. Yeah, just stuffing this mint into a cup. Waiting for comments, guys. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys think about mint or hydroponics or missionaries or anything you want to talk about. We can talk about it here in the chat. What are you getting into today, Noah? What you working most of today? Almost through all this route, but there's another one too in here somewhere. It's just as bad, if not worse, than this one. Oh, someone with a big bike. Can you hear that? Big bike and big pockets, because gas is too expensive to be revving a motorcycle like that. But yeah, they do have to check in with the Philippines every year. I feel like health is going well here as of recent. I mean, there was quite a bit of sickness earlier this year. My baby is currently got a snotty nose, but I mean, babies can get snotty noses from about anything. We're thinking that maybe what happened was my wife fed Zariah some ice candy. Ice candy is basically like a homemade popsicle. And I think she might have got a little bit too much cold inside of her immune system to handle it well. But my health and Jayan's health has been pretty good. I mean, I got a little bit of a hoarse in my throat, but then everyone else in the family, John and Nika and them, I think they're doing well. I hope whatever Zariah has wasn't contagious, because we were hanging around John and his baby yesterday. I think it's probably not, but well, we could just bury this out somewhere in the ground, put some water to it, and see if something's going to come of it. But it's really not a whole lot of stuff to mess around with. We'll just stuff the rest of these roots here into a cup and then move on to the next ones, because we got way too much here to try to accomplish. We're already at 11:20. I'd like to be back home for lunch, get out of the heat a little bit here. Is their baby a similar age? Yeah, a month younger. Yep, David is 1 month younger than Zariah. Yeah, here's the other one. Look at all of those plants that just want to live, want to thrive, and make more plants. It's crazy. Like I said, I think we're gonna, there's another bunch here. Well, there you can see this one's actually still attached to the plant. The plant is there on the top. It leads to all of these roots here. We could almost just bury that. As long as we keep good water on it, it might survive. I'm gonna set that one aside. But then the rest of this stuff, I think I'm gonna try to market to local Sari stores. See if anyone's interested in buying some Here's another one. It's still connected. I think we're going to try burying those two. See if we can't get all these plants to start in the ground. Because we've still got twice as much as what's sitting here in the greenhouse. But it was just absolutely taken over. There's one plant, another plant, another one, another one, another one. But yeah, you can separate them out in like this here, put that in the cup, boom. You're gonna have so much mint that one person can't consume it in about 30 days or less. Another one. Yeah, we're gonna try to get through all this here in the next 30 minutes. Oh, it's gonna be quite the task. But anything's possible when you set your mind to it. You got God on your side. So do you think it'll grow? How sandy is the soil? Well, here in the rice field, it's not so much sand as it is clay. And clay is not that much better than sand. You can see this is where the plant was attached to the roots. We're going to try to separate all of them out. It's pretty much impossible, but we're going to try. Like I said, as long as you got some sort of root connected to the plant you put in the cup, you're going to be golden. This stuff is basically a weed. Yeah, got a little bit of roots there, a little bit of roots there. They'll root up and make a... like I said, we're going to put 3 to 5 pieces inside of each cup. Try to give it the best chance of survival. There's 5. All right, stuff those in the cup. This cup was pretty well demolished by chicken. That's most of the lettuce didn't die because of natural causes. It was killed by chickens because this greenhouse expansion is not covered in plastic yet. We did get the plastic just the other day. It's out here laying in the field. Hopefully it's not like the last piece of plastic we got tore in half. Yeah, it just takes the perfect round shape of the pipe in there and fills it up entirely, starving all my other lettuce of water. It also works as a great filter. If there was any dirt or debris inside the water, it sure got caught by all these roots. How's the new birds doing? They're at the house. I didn't put them outside because I wasn't there to watch them. But they're doing great. We've lost one, but that's kind of to be expected. I mean, they are chicks after all, but they're doing pretty well. Some of them are growing rapidly. Some of them really haven't grown at all. But I'm sure that once they get a little bit bigger and we separate them into a bigger cage with a bigger feeder, the smaller ones will have an opportunity to grow. Yeah, just make sure you get some roots under the cocoa peat here. That way it can soak up the water and just keep going. There was a time that I was really gentle as to not damage any roots, but as you can see, there's no shortage of roots on these. I think it'll be fine as long as it's got a good root. It's ideal if the forerunner root, the tips don't get damaged, but I think they'll be fine. And if they won't, then we've got hundreds of more shooters to have more plants off of. So yeah, you always want to make sure you got a couple stragglers sticking out the top, get some sunlight, because that's, other than the water, the most important part for this plant is to get sunlight. I don't know how, when the plants are as dense as these, any of the leaves are getting sunlight. But they do, they survive. This phone is getting way too hot. I think I'm going to turn off their stream. I was trying to watch James and Karen's stream while doing this work, give them some watch hours. No, we've got a 5-hour video that is currently being scrubbed for copyright, but I'm going to throw it in a playlist with a bunch of other long live streams. It's filmed in vertical, which is probably not ideal, but we were basically, what happened yesterday is we ran out of data, and instead of getting all upset and trying to get data on the phone immediately, I just decided we're going to shoot a whole day worth of live streams in video form, so it'll be like a post live stream. I don't know that we'll have it go viral or anything because it's 5 hours long, but if we get 100 people to watch an hour, or 100 people to turn it on before they go to bed and let it run all night, we will achieve the hundreds of watch hours that we need. I think we're to about 500 watch hours now. I didn't look. I guess I can look on this other phone. See what it's up to now. And we'll check to see how the scrubbing is going. So it says here they're at 2,320. So as of the 16th of April, 3,000 watch hours. We have 1,000 subscribers already. But yeah, here, let's see if we can. Now the screen's probably not going to be bright enough for you guys to see. But if we go here, go here, hit edit. I go here to the bell, click on it. One of them has been scrubbed. I don't know. Ah, okay. This is where the other one was. It still says the video's being edited. I know you guys can't see it. Maybe if we turn off power saving. There. Now it's a white screen. Yeah, it says, even when it's on white screen, it's hard to see. But it says it's scrubbing it. It'll be interesting to see how ugly the video is that there's probably no audio for those parts. If it's going to scrub the music out, probably going to scrub out all of my audio, which is fine, I guess. If I can get a 5-hour video up, even if it is lacking audio in portions, like I said, I'm not sure anyone's going to have time to watch the whole thing in person with their eyes. But if we can get a couple people to turn it on and fall asleep to it, run it overnight, we're going to be golden. Because I really wanted it to be monetized by the end of this month, and I felt like that was the Hail Mary. Hail Mary is probably not the right word, because we're in a Catholic country where Hail Marys mean something completely different, but could be just the thing that my channel needs to get monetized. But lots of people put up videos that are non-content content, like it's just a screensaver or whatever. People watch those for people. So if we could just figure out where those people are at that are willing to watch nothing, they can at least watch a day in the life of a agriculturalist. But yeah, it'll be nice that you just click it once Not unlike I guess a playlist, you just click once too, but we'll put it in a playlist with a bunch of my 2-hour plus lives. That way people can just click on the playlist. And we'll start it with the video start the playlist with the video that is 5 hours long. That way, at least people get through that, or at least get it started. I didn't want to quite do that. I don't know if any plants will grow out of that because I don't see anything that looks like plant life. It just looks like all roots. What am I planting? This is mint. It's way past being planted. We're propagating is what it's called. But thanks, Huya. Yuya Taki. I think you've been in here a couple different times, if I remember right. Maybe you're new, but thank you for watching. Yeah, this is hydroponic mint that has taken over my hydroponics. You can see the round edge here. It completely filled the pipe. Do you have all the regular videos on the playlist? No, I don't. That's another thing I could probably take care of here whenever I go to do making playlists. But yeah, 5 hours is almost as much as all my other content combined. I can't believe that my phone could fit 5 hours of footage. Isn't that wild? 5 hours of basically full HD. I regret planting mint in my garden. It's so invasive. You just gotta really trim it back on a monthly basis. Make some tea, or you can make a peppermint tincture, like because it has menthol in it. I believe all mint has menthol. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to keep it in a pot, but even then, it's going to do this. It's going to get root bound. All right, we're going to leave just a couple on here. We're going to bury that with the other ones and see what we can manage to do with it. How do you deal with storage issues on your phone? Well, this is the brand new phone that we're talking about that had 5 hours of footage yesterday. I wanted to get it up before the end of the day, but it took 3 hours to complete the movie to upload on to YouTube, and then was till 3 or 4 a.m. this morning. I kept checking it, making sure it uploaded, and then when I did upload, I saw it had 2 copyright strikes, and I was like, yeah, I guess I should have expected that. But YouTube has a team or AI that scrubs it for you, so it should hopefully be done. The first scrubbing only took about 15 minutes, so it should hopefully be done to post here by 12 o'clock. And then, like I said, I don't expect it to do well at all, get a lot of views or anything like that, but if one person watches it the whole way through, it'll be all worth it. Got to go through and delete all the footage here once we've got it completely uploaded so that we have room for more stuff in the future. My wife has 2 or 3 hours worth of footage on my phone already, so that's 8 hours worth of footage is saved on this phone. It's 256 gigabytes, so it should hold quite a bit, and it does hold quite a bit. But the video I'm about to, or did upload already, is over 100 gigabytes for 5 hours. So that's what, 25 gigabytes per hour. Wild. I have no idea what to do with this. I think I might just take it like this to sell. I'd like to go like this, pull them all out so we can sell it by the piece. We're going to lose so many leaves doing that, but we're going to try it with this one at least. But yeah, something like this is worth at least a peso. So 1, 2, 3. This one's mostly dead. It didn't get any sun. We'll bury that as well. See if we can't get it to come back. But yeah, I've never filled up a phone so quickly as I did this one. That's worth at least 10. It's drying out really quick, but we are here on black landscaping fabric, so. That's a nice one. That's worth 5 pesos. So it goes for a peso per gram. And if you got massive leaves, let me see if I can find some massive leaves for you guys. Give you an example of what I'm talking about. There really isn't that many massive leaves on these plants because there was way too much competition. You should find a way to save all the videos on some type of storage unit for kids to watch on YouTube. Shutdowns. If YouTube shuts down. Oh, for my kids? Yeah. We have a 2 terabyte drive, but it's also a very similar problem that just takes a lot of time to move. Like I said, it took 3 hours to move. Here's a good sized leaf. If you had 10 leaves like this, you're probably about a gram. But yeah, we have a 2 terabyte thumb drive, and it takes about 3 hours at least to move 100 gigs. So, but yeah, we will be moving it all to there at some point. And probably ought to do that before I delete the video, I guess. But I'm banking on YouTube never shutting down. I think we're going to put this one in a cup. Although it doesn't show much signs of rooting. What I ought to do is just take this all home, boil a big pot of water, make some mint tea, and sell some mint tea instead of mint. There's some signs of rooting. Just trying to get it all detangled a little bit. But yeah, 2 terabytes isn't going to be that much when you think about one video was 100 gigabytes. My wife calls them gibs. But yeah, what is that? 5 hours of video is on, or 25 gigs per video per hour of video. How many hours? That would be 2 terabytes is 5 times 20. 200 hours. Would be more interested to move if I could sell. Would be interesting move. I wonder if you could sell the tea. Yeah, the tea should be able to be sold. And if not, I'll just stick it in the refrigerator and just drink exclusively mint tea for a week. Honestly, it's probably more than a week's worth of mint tea. They do milk tea all the time, and if it was mint plus milk, it would be like a interesting milk tea. I think we're going to stick this on a basket and take it home, see if we can't sell some. Then for the rest of it, I think I'm going to stick it in a bucket, put water in the bucket, and see if we can't keep it alive till the afternoon. What's up with you? How you doing? Pretty good. We're just sorting out mint. What are you doing today, Willie? I'm gonna go grab a bucket, guys. Well, I guess there's a big, I don't know if we need a bucket that big. We're gonna go grab a different bucket. I guess I'll bring you with me. No reason to keep you here waiting on me. Here's our lettuce bed. Some of it's looking pretty good. Some of it's looking pretty sad. The chickens won't leave it alone. Chickens love styrofoam cups. Anything styrofoam, really. I don't know why. I guess it's because most of the styrofoam here must be made out of corn byproducts. Well, that blue bucket's being used for my cabbage. So maybe this white bucket. I need to clean it out first. I think I'm just gonna move all the cabbage from this blue bucket to the white bucket, and then use the blue bucket for the lettuce or the mint. Got to rinse this one out too, though. I feel like blue might keep warmer than a white bucket. I don't know. Maybe just a misconception. All right, we got some water in a bucket. I'm gonna put the plants in there. Hopefully they make it until I get back here later. Then the other stuff we're gonna try to sell, turn it into tea, whatever works. Are you guys doing the same? doing anything interesting this weekend. It's just the same old, same old. I don't know. Last weekend was interesting. We did the medical ministry in Aklan, the local city or whatever. Then the Saturday before that, we did did missions to Melindog, which is another At tribe here. See if we can get all these stems to go down so that we are watering the right part of the plant. If you water the leaves, they just spoil. Whoa, that's a bright orange butterfly. All right, we'll hope that keep them alive till we get back later. We're gonna stick them in a shadier area. There's really no shade anywhere here, but give them a good fighting chance. And then fill up this basket with all of this mint that we kind of sorted, at least pulled them out from each other. Then we'll find a home for all of these. Not sure what the strategy is going to be for that. Prop you right up here. Maybe the camera will be able to follow me. This will not be their forever home, but it'll keep them watered for the evening. Hopefully make it so they don't all dry out and die before I come back this afternoon. Then we've got at least the same amount of mint to do later, if not more. Oh, these beds are wide. They're hard to reach the other side. But yeah, most of this cocoa peat that we put in the cups was already damp, so it should help them to not die immediately. But we are in a very strong weather today, so they might not make it. All right, 4 more. Then the one that I dropped down below, I'll have to grab it. All right. Now I just grab my phone, my bag, my mint. We got quite a fair amount of chicken work to do later, but I think that we will be able to accomplish all of our goals if I manage my time properly. Put the phone in the bag. Put the water in my mouth. It's mostly ice, but there's a little bit of water enough in there to give me a brain freeze. I don't actually think I have a big enough pot to do all this mint in, but we're gonna mostly pull all the leaves off so it will go down quite a bit. We're gonna also see if anybody wants to have some of our delicious mint. Oh, that was the problem with the gimbal. The gimbal was locked somehow. Wondering why it wasn't running. Hope it didn't damage the motor, because when it's locked and trying to move, it's typically not good for it. Excuse me. Yeah. 11:51. Going for a late return for lunch, but we've got leftovers. So all we got to do is heat it up. Heat it up, eat it up. We had fish and coconut milk last night. And then the day before we had beef cauliflower. So I have two choices, or no. And then we have yesterday's lunch too. Umpalaya, which is bitter gourd. It's kind of nasty, but when you fry it with an egg, it's edible. And we got that too. So we got three choices for lunch, leftovers. But we could make something, but like I said, it's already 11:52. We're running out of time. I think we're gonna make it a real short siesta today. Typically we don't come back out till 2, but if I wait till 2, there's not gonna be enough time to get everything done. Because we got an hour worth of chicken stuff to do, and then at least another hour of mint stuff to do. Then we got lettuce stuff to do, lots of plants to seed. So we're gonna be pretty busy this afternoon. Let's see if anyone wants some mint. I don't know how many people are eating mint enough to know what to do with it, but we'll see. Busy time of the month. Yeah. Seems like every day is a busy time. Whew. All right, let's see if anyone wants some of this. You can cook it with other things other than just tea,
It's
but
nice for ano yung soda ka ba?
yeah.
You throw it this one now?
Well, no, I'm gonna go home and make tea with it. We had it in the hydroponics, and it's just growing it everywhere. But you can put it in the soil, and it might continue to grow.
Okay na.
Okay.
Salamat.
It's very init, so it's already getting shriveled up. But if you put it in water, it will get big again. So yeah, thank you. That's new to me. She says it's good in Sprite. We ought to try that maybe. I guess it'd be like a mint club soda if you mix it with Sprite. I know most people that are using mint here are using it in alcohol. Like, what is it, a mojito? Am I right? A mojito has mint in it. Yeah, Sprite is a real good neutral beverage to add extra flavors too. I mean, it's got that lemon lime flavor, but lemon lime pairs well with a lot of different things. I wish I could figure out how to, or get my wife convinced to let me make some shine. Maybe that would be the best way. She's been saying me to tone down on my alcohol consumption. Maybe if I told her I was making it myself in small batches, she'd be more prone to letting me try it. The problem with making moonshine is that it takes a lot of equipment. I don't know if you've seen copper tubing here. And I guess you can make shine without copper tubing. But there's a distillery nearby that makes, I think, vodka. And vodka distilling is basically the same as corn mash shine. So if you just made yourself a mash to make some shine, you went to the distillery and told them that you would borrow their setup, make a batch of shine, and then completely clean out their whole system for them. They might. I am friends with the guys that own the distillery because they're foreigners, but I don't know if they'd be open to lending me their still or not. I haven't been to the distillery. I've been telling JN I'd like for us both to go there. Because I don't even think, I've explained to her multiple times how it still works, but I don't know that she's ever going to be able to grasp it without seeing it in person. It is a very unique method of producing alcohol. She knows how they make tuba, is what they call it. They take coconut juice and ferment it, but then they just drink it like wine instead of distilling it. Just make an old West Virginia still out on the farm. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I think you do. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are here for owning a still. I know that it's still illegal in most of the United States to have a still without licensing, of course. If you have a license, then you can, but it's very frowned upon by the most governments in America to have one without licensing. That doesn't stop them though. People are still doing it. I think I might stop in and see if Locale wants some real quick, some mint. But it's looking real shrivelly. Make your own still now. You have fuel. Yeah, it would be a good source of making fuel. It's a little bit expensive fuel. But if you ever got in this predicament where there wasn't fuel available, it would work. This car's gonna pull in and park me in. Where are you going, car? Do you need me to move? I'm gonna pull over here to the other side and make it a little easier for them to pull in. I'm not sure who this is. Maybe it's the boss. No one parks inside but me. They'd probably get bent out of shape if customers did, but I'm just in here for a minute. Seems like they're interested. Let's see what we can get for it. Peppermint, shine. For sure everyone would. No, they didn't order eggs. Did they? I'm just here trying to get rid of some mint.
Wala pa na kilo. Kiloon lang ay sa ano na yan, sa basket para tulog. 50 lang dyan. 50 pesos lang yung apag baklon. Sa palaw, 50 sa lokal. Sa lokal 50, sa palaw 50. Oo. Sige, noted. Sir? Russell said 50 pesos lokal, 50 pesos palay.
Sige. Did you have a scale? Yeah, you're right, Bill. People would be coming from miles away to figure out what we're doing. I'll give you 500 for because it had the stem. If it's no stems, then it's lots, but this
This one is 100 peso. Is that enough?
no 50 will be 500 more pa. Because it's lots of stem. I don't want to Typically, if it's just the leaves, I would charge 1 peso per gram. But if it will be lots of stem, then I will give you 500 for 50.
Okay na? 500 grams is how much?
50, yeah. Because it's a lot of stem, diba? There's not a lot of
Only
leaves.
50 because we have more.
Sige, all right. You just that?
Yeah.
All right. Tangan sa water, so buhay.
Ayaw tumestak din. Ay, ayaw mo. Marasin. Ito lang ito. 50 pesos, there's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of stem. I know it's going to be a lot of work just to pull the leaves. One day I will come with just leaves, and then it will be a little bit higher price, but it will be easy for you just to put the leaves inside. So yeah, thank you. The music. I'm talking about that is copyright, or the song that I sing to you. That's the song I'm always singing to Jan in the past, and now to our baby. Yeah, that was definitely gave them a deal. She's like, that's so much for 50 pesos. Well, it's a lot of work for them because they're gonna have to pick all the leaves off the stems, and most of those stems know about the copyright. It's our song basically. I don't know if I'd call that our song. I feel like our song has to be an Ed Sheeran song. Yeah, I'd say that at least half of that 500 grams is stem. So it's more like 250 grams of leaves, which is basically 200 pesos off. So it is a good deal for them. I'm not going to continue to do that for them, but it was at least nice to give them plenty of stock. And it wasn't like I was selling them the plant. In the past, I sold them a whole plant. It would have been 500 grams worth of stems and leaves. And I would sell it to them for 100 because it would still be alive. They could just pick it off as they go, but I don't think they're gonna have a hard time keeping that mint alive for any more than a couple of days. So I didn't want to get them where they invested 250 pesos and then most of it rotted on them. So I just gave them a deal. Because those small leaves, I'm not even sure that they could use them. I'm pretty sure it's all got to be big leaves. For their drinks. But maybe they've got some other thing that they'll do. It'd be nice if they started making like a peppermint water. Yeah, I'll still have plenty enough here. Make myself some tea. We'll work on that while my food's heating up. Hello.
Where's Jan?
In class until now. Did you need her now?
What?
Did you need Jan?
No.
Okay, good. Get these birds out into the heat. Thinking chicks are making a mess. Well, they need to get a little bit of heat just for a minute or so. That way they can get warm and get the vitamin D, but then I'll put it in the shade, yeah. Just for 10 minutes or something, and then... Otherwise, if you keep them cooped up inside all day, then they just get illnesses because they don't get enough vitamin D. Ugh. Not yet. We are going to do that this afternoon. I just cleared out a large area in my greenhouse so that we can put it all inside. I just harvested, I don't know, 300, 400 grams of mint leaves to sell. Yeah. So they said that these Rhode Island red chickens will lay over 1,000 eggs in their lifetime. If it's a fertilized egg, it's worth 20 pesos. So there'll be multiple males in here. I'll keep some of them to breed the females to make fertilized eggs and sell the 20 peso fertilized egg. If they lay 1,000 in 3 years, then that's 20,000 for each chicken. If they don't die from some disaster. But I paid 150 for each of them, so they're expensive. Yeah. Yeah, these are Rhode Island Reds. They're bred in the States initially, but then someone imported them here, and now.
It's different than the ones roaming around.
Yeah, these ones lay the brown eggs. Yeah, like very, very brown, with spots on them and all. Yeah. Yeah, they're quite expensive. Investment, at least. You like to hang out with James and Karen? Yeah, I do. They're a pretty nice couple. Without them, I wouldn't be doing YouTube at all. So I appreciate them. Seven people watching. That's awesome. If you guys haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. I'll show you the chicks. We just got them out to get them a little bit of sun. Typically, they're out sunning themselves. But right now, they're all hiding in the little bit of shade that's available. So maybe they're not in need of vitamin D right now. Because I feel like birds know what they're in need of. So they'll lay out in the heat if they need it. But it looks like they are preferring to hide along the shaded area. So we're going to move them over here into the shade. Yeah, definitely need to get them out for fresh air once a day. We typically do it during lunch and then right before dark or whatever. Give them the adequate amount of resources that fresh air and the sun can give them. You can see we do have one big one over there that has its mouth open like it's panting. But as you can see, they're curious little chicks. Yeah, that one definitely needs some water, and I'd say that one is definitely a rooster. I'm sure you can see him there, all with his head peeked up. He kind of wants to get out and wander around. And I think we're getting pretty close to the age where we might allow them to do that. In general, they wind up getting messed up if they quit it. We got one in here that looks like it's not gonna be doing too hot in the day. We'll pick it out and show you what we're talking about. This one here. This is not a good sign. Typically, a crusty butthole. Oof. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull all those feathers.
Did you get already your...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these crusty butts are no good. I think that's the only one that I see that has like that. And what happens is this one must have ate someone else's poop. Then we got this one here, and this one here, this one here. They're not growing like they ought to be.
How much to buy for 150?
150.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's REO Rhode Island Red.
Island red.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll have the brown eggs.
Yeah.
Just one egg of this one, when it's, I know, when it lays an egg, it'll be 12, 15 pesos just for one piece. And if it's fertile, then it's 20 for a fertile egg. So, hopefully it's, no, abo ang baye, but maybe there's laki. This one here, I think that one's a lucky.
Only one boy. Only one rooster.
Yeah. Maybe there's another one, this one too. Yeah, they are expensive. This one I think maybe is rooster too.
Like the white polo, what you call that? White leghorn?
Yeah, we had white leghorn in my place. We have 190.
Wow, pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
So every day 160 eggs.
Oh.
They're already old now, 3 years old,
Wow.
my chicken.
So need to kids again.
Yeah. That's what these ones will replace. And then we're taking the leghorn and we'll breed it with native.
Okay.
Yeah. Ingat. Hey, Hoppa, what's up? Here's another one with a messed up butt. I guess that means we're going to get some medicine for coccidiosis. Put it in their water. It's hard for me to think that they're getting coccidiosis, but because their pen was freshly cleaned before putting them in there. But if they eat the feces of each other, it's a real easy way to get it. I'm doing well, Hoppa. I'm gonna get a bite to eat while these chickens enjoy the fresh air, and then probably move them back in because I got lots of work to do here in our garden coming up. Figured we would live stream as long as possible. We have a 5-hour video that's YouTube is in the middle of editing because it had some copyright strikes on it. But Papa, if you could play that when you go to sleep tonight, it'd be much appreciated. I'm eating Jack in the Box. Would you get a Jack in the Box? I think I've eaten at Jack in the Box once or twice, but we don't have them. Or at least I don't think we have them in our area. 5 hours, dang, I'll play it while I sleep. Yeah, I ought to check on that. Where's my bag? Let's see. See if YouTube's done with their work. I think there's going to be quite a bit sourdough jack and fries. So what's the sourdough is beef? I thought it was supposed to be clearing it, but it said that it had no impact. So they were going to maybe leave it in, but I want it out of there. I mean, it's all right if we don't have any audio there. We don't need anything that looks like copyright on our channel. It says it's in the editing process. Yeah, 5 hours, 2 seconds. Yeah, beef on the sourdough bun. Pretty good. Got bacon in it too. Ooh, bacon would be great. Where's the last time you had Jollibee? Last time we had Jollibee was, I think it's in a video. Maybe even in a short. If it's not in a short, I need to put it on a short. But wash my hands one more time. Got into all kinds of stuff in the garden. They don't want to be eating it. Eating lunch. Very good, David. But yeah, would have had to have been at least a month ago. We're going to be right back, guys. All right, we're back. I had to do the thing that every human has to do. That is best if there's no audio for. All right. I know some. I think we're gonna go ahead and heat up this beef cauliflower cabbage. Gotta close the door, otherwise my thing's gonna fall out. Of course, rice. What do you think I am, American? Jan's sister Janelle cooked up us some rice for lunch, so already done. I'm diabetic. I need little rice. So how long have you been diabetic, David? Is that something you're born with? I'm so uneducated. Three years. Where's PK at? I'm drinking some Pocari Sweat, inspired by him. Type 2 diabetic, okay. What's that mean? That you have to be really strict on your sugar intake? Or it means you can be a little bit easygoing with it? I shouldn't have went so hard on this beef broccoli when we cooked it. Could have had more leftovers. But it was hard to put down some good stuff. My wife really knows how to cook it. I said beef broccoli, maybe the beef cauliflower can be easygoing. Use some insulin support. Insulin's pretty expensive, even here. I know that people in the States have problems getting insulin, or that it's too expensive. So what is insulin? Is it like a plant molecule that some plant makes, or is it all just chemically fabricated? Like, could you just eat a plant that makes insulin instead of having to buy it? So the first stream we did today, David, in the first 30 minutes had 100 people. Then I'd say that happened probably with this one as well. So I think YouTube is trying to help me. I'm not so sure that the content is what people are interested in, though. But they're trying to feed me people, giving me 100 people in the first 30 minutes. I think we had 2 subscribers in the morning stream. We were doing Bible study. That was the wildest part. We were doing Bible study and we were getting 30 people in the room. It's awesome. Type 10 runs very deep in my family. Having healthy food, insulin is high here. It lasts about for months. Not sure side effects for me. What do you guys think? So this video I'm getting scrubbed right now is 5 hours long. I titled it American Farming in the Philippines POV. What can we, because I did most all of the video in point of view. On my chest mount. What title do you feel like is going to grab people? Just need one viral video, Levi. But yeah, if the 5-hour video is viral, I'll be like doing backflips here. Because a 5-hour viral video will get me like thousands and thousands and thousands of watch hours. Just that 27-minute viral, semi-viral video got me 1,000 watch hours almost. Yeah, this is just me taking a shot in the dark, long shot, saying if I do a 5-hour video and someone watches it the whole way through, it'll be 5 hours. I'm gonna build a playlist with it and then all my other longer videos. High half. It's basically my full day, minus a couple private conversations. I think you meant to say hi, Hoppa, Stone Cold. Must have been what you were trying to say. YouTube's best kept secret. That should be my title name. YouTube's best kept secret. Will you have an after? We should maybe do an afternoon live together, David, if that's fine with you. Had 48 likes and 6 subs. Hey, 48 likes is way more than I've ever gotten. I think 20 was my most liked video or a live stream. We will pray one will get. but we'll keep doing lives to monetize. Will happen. Looking forward. Did I say hi? What does it say on your screen? Yeah, it said hi half. Maybe the title can be a day in the life of an American expat in the Philippines. Sounds like a good title, but American in Philippines needs to be close to the front somehow. Because I feel like those are the catchwords that YouTube is looking for. So if it was like I don't know, Philippines vlog day in the life of an American expat. How's that sound? Philippines vlog day in the life of an American expat. Hope you get a viral video too, David. That's a golden ticket. I won't tell you my record likes for morning and afternoon and evening. Yeah, like I said, I think my most liked video, I had a live stream that had 600 views, and it was 21 likes, I think. If I remember right, I think it was the first one that Hoppa ever joined. It was the first one someone joined, I thought, and I think it was Hoppa. I got so many faithful subs out of that video live stream. Yeah, I imagine you've got a couple that are over 100 likes. But yeah, check out this beef cauliflower. The cauliflower is falling apart. That's what happens when you cook it twice. 1800. Did you get 1,000 comments? That's the one thing that I've got over you, David, is I'll get 60. I'll get 60 views and 80 comments. Wow. So your afternoons seem to be doing the best. I definitely want to get in on your afternoon live then. Do a split live if you're willing to do it. Especially because this video here will be dropping as soon as YouTube's done scrubbing it. This song apparently was in the store that I was shopping at during part of the live. Or not live, but video. It's basically like a live. Like I said, it's almost a full day. I'm not sure that I could have got any longer video on YouTube though. I feel like 5 hours. It took almost 5 hours to upload it last night. So if I had an 8-hour video, it would take 8 or 10 hours to upload. They're on to us? All right. Sounds good to me. Thank you, David. Love you, brother. But yeah, if we can get on there and I figure out a way to pin the link of this video in your comment section or whatever. Because that's the thing about, I don't need 1,800 people to watch it live to get this video off the ground. If you get 100 views in the first hour, the video is going to go viral, almost always. At least that's what I haven't. I've only ever had one video that got 100 views in the first hour, and it was the one that went viral. YouTube just wants it to grab traction, and it's going to be rough because the people are going to make it 30 minutes in and quit, and YouTube's going to be like, people are only watching a little bit of this video. It's going to be hard to get the algorithm to push it. But I'm telling you, if YouTube can get people to click on this video and fall asleep to it, they're going to make so much ad revenue off of 5 hours of ads. I've been waiting for James and Karen. I've not been out of shape about it. I've been doing just fine by myself, but as soon as they want to do a collab again, it would probably be the final push to get that monetized, the first layer at least. We checked it earlier in this stream. It was 1,200 or 2,200. 2,300, I'm sorry. So we need less than 700 watch hours. Jay and Kay are hard to get a hold of. Yeah. They're not hard to get a hold of. They're just hard to get on their schedule. They've got so much going on. They're trying to do things at their house, trying to do things with other people, people that are bigger than me. Although, in the last collaboration that I did with James and Karen, I think I got 50 new subs and they got 200 new subs. So that just goes to show that I had 200 subs that they didn't have. So not everyone that watches my channel watches James and Karen, but a fair amount, I'm sure, do. But yeah, in percentages, it wasn't as beneficial for them because they already have 15,000. But my collaborations with them do benefit their channel, so hopefully I can encourage them to do it again. Levi and JN will probably have to visit them. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of me having to talk JN into that. We haven't done anything like that since the baby's been born, make a trip that far out or whatever. We'd have to stay out there overnight, most likely, because they're just far enough away that you get out there, you spend 2 hours with them, and then you got to turn around and come back. It's just exhausting, but which is, I think, why they haven't come back out here. It's because it just sucks, that motorcycle ride. I've tried to tell them, take a bus, take a bus. My longest videos are 15 minutes or less. Yeah. My best videos are 27 minutes, David. They're not, only one of them was viral, but try a 27 to 30 minute one if you can. I know it's a lot to talk. Keep people's attention the whole time. But if you went out on a trip, let's say you and your wife go to the nearest city, she goes to the doctor, you do a little bit of shopping, you get a bite to eat. It's pretty easy to fill 30 minutes up, I think, doing 3 things or whatever on the stream or on the video. You're almost there. Yeah, Hoppa. We're so close. I think it's very possible that we could have the 33,000 watch hours by the end of the month. We could have it by the end of the day if this live stream goes great with David. I won't be happy for fully monetized around my birthday, July 6th. Yeah, I would hope that you can get there sooner, brother. Because I will have plans in the place to help others when things crank up. Well, that's the one thing, David. Monetization and when you receive your first paycheck are completely different. You probably will be getting your first paycheck by your birthday. But monetization can happen, and then it can take 2 months for AdSense to kick in. So that's I've been advised, and I haven't done it. Maybe I'll do it right when we get off this live, to set up an AdSense account now, so that whenever the monetization happens, it just clicks right over and you start getting paid. Because if the AdSense isn't running, you're not going to get paid even if you're monetized. It's kind of the best kept secret of YouTube. Monetization does not mean money. AdSense means money. How did the Colonel get 7,500 subs with little to no effort? He did most collabs with J&K, location. Yeah. I didn't notice the Colonel got that big so quickly, or recently. Maybe he really blew up since Curzel. Because I could have swore that David was pretty close to him. Now, David's already at 3,000 subs. David already passed Bellis. He started way sooner. Didn't ever do a collab with James and Karen. Bellis has done how many collabs with James and Karen? So James and Karen doesn't mean automatic success, but it definitely does help. I think the Colonel is close to being monetized. Thank you, Hoppa. I have 13 public playlists. All right. I must have missed that comment. Or no, you were just saying to do it. Just starting number 14. We're going to visit Barunga or Baraka soon. Awesome. Awesome, James. Can't wait for you guys to stop in. Hey, Stone. He got an insane amount of subs. Maybe we can get together. James. Hello, Hoppa. Pray it does well. 1,700 subs, not as big as high as you. Oh, you never did say subs. Pray it does well. Well, 1,700, not as high as you. I'm not sure I'm picking up what you're putting down, David. It's okay. It's an app. Is there an expat in the Philippines with massive following and consistent views? Maybe you can link up with them. Well, there's that. I quit my corporate job to start a small business in the Philippines guy. He's pretty big pretty quickly. But he's in Manila or Luzon, I think. And then there's Calvin. He's pretty popular. Oh, 1,700 watch hours. Yeah, I've been talking to that Philippines life about coming out and doing a collaboration with him, but I don't know. He doesn't seem terribly interested. But then again, what is his benefit? That Philippines life has cornered the entire expat community, and then even some Filipinos apparently, because I don't think there's 100,000 expats watching YouTube expat material. There might be. I know that there's somewhere in the range of 100,000 US citizens in the Philippines. But just because you're an expat doesn't mean you're watching expat videos on YouTube. I do not get 45% Filipinos on my live. That's probably where my channel is lacking. Yeah, I was just on his rental site 2 days ago. He's got some pretty nice places in my area even. But I think most of his places are in Manila and things like that. Something tells me I have to refresh this to get the answer I want. No, it's still saying under review. The first one they scrubbed out in like 30 minutes. Well, it was a delicious lunch. I think I'm gonna rinse this out and cook something up for Jan's sister. Or at least see if she's hungry. I think I'm gonna do some tea, actually. I'll be interested to watch this video after I upload it, see if when they scrub it, if they go ahead and get rid of all of the audio or not. Because I would imagine all the audio has to disappear to get rid of the music. But we're going to go ahead and do this on the floor, give you guys a better shot of what I'm tossing and what I'm keeping. But yeah, this is why we charge them $50 for 500 kilos. Look how much stem and how little leaves there are on these plants. They were just way too bunched together. Not enough sun for all of them. So they were stretching out, trying to find the sun. Just making as many leaves as needed to continue to grow. One person watches 5-hour video every night. 5-hour video every night. Get 5 watch hours every night. And they said that it does count for more than one view, but it has to be later. So after every night, it might, I don't know, that's a good Google question. Since Google and YouTube are basically the same company, it should be a question they should be able to answer. I sent you a screenshot of the countries in my lives on WhatsApp. Okay, let me open up my WhatsApp. Is it fine to share it here online? David, is that fine with you? I'd like to share it with others so that they can see what kind of the analytics look like. Is it fine if I share your analytics that you sent me in WhatsApp on the live stream, David? I don't think there's anything private here. But if you don't want me to share it, then I won't. Okay. So yeah, here's David's analytics. 43 or 42% Filipino, 13 US, 5% Australia. That's pretty good. I think my Australia is bigger than my US, maybe even. But US is definitely probably number one for me. United Kingdom, we have a couple there. Canada, I'm not sure how many people I've got from Canada. I have Canadians that are living in the Philippines. India is 2. I would have thought you would have been a lot higher than 2 from India. Every time I'm seeing people from India. Indonesia is 1, Japan is 1, Turkey. Ooh, Turkey is an awesome country. That's one of the only countries that I've ever spent a significant amount of time in. It was just a full day I spent in Turkey. It was really cool. Real melting pot. Turkey is where Europe meets Asia. Malaysia is also basically 1%. That's cool. Really cool. Let me pull mine up. That way you guys can see it as well. That's the benefits, I guess, of having this 2 phones. Audience. Well, that's interesting. We got 92% new viewers, 7% casual viewers, and then less than 1.1% regular viewers, which is you guys, of course. Wow, it looks like my hot time of the day is right between 6 and 12. Most of my devices are mobile now, huh? That used to be, most of my devices used to be TV. So that's interesting. That's changed recently. That's also very interesting that my demographic is now 34-year-olds, 25 to 34, because it used to be 65 plus, and 55 to 64 were my biggest demographics in the past. Gender, mostly male, no surprise there. Philippines, okay. Wow, that's changed a lot. People aren't speaking that they're in the Philippines. The people that are speaking up are my Australians, United States, and Africa. But Africa is not even represented here. Uzbek. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say they were from Uzbek. And then we got quite a bit of small percentages, but it's mostly Filipino, which is very interesting. Most people are using those subtitles. That's good. It means people can hear me. That's the benefit of having a microphone. And my subscribed to not subscribed that's ridiculous. That's preposterous. That's awesome and also sucks. 70% of the people that are watching my videos in the last 28 days are subscribed. That means that people are clicking the subscribe button for me. But it also means that YouTube is not pushing my crap at all. It should be 10% subscribed, 90% not. So it means that everybody that watches my stuff loves it and subscribes. But it also means that YouTube is really not pushing my content to anybody, which is what we've been seeing. And from here, it says formats for viewers to watch YouTube. People are watching everything that I make, apparently. They watch all my shorts, all my lives, all my videos. That's interesting. Very interesting. This was very illuminating for me. Thank you, David, for giving me the thought to come in and do this. Popular videos, mostly all shorts. In fact, they are all shorts. Popular casual viewers. Yeah, so this 157 here is definitely my core group. I always say it's about 100 people watch all of my content. So, wow, 1,110. That's up 3 since I checked it last. Yeah. Let's go back here to see if they finished scrubbing. No. Now it doesn't even let me look to see that they're scrubbing. So that must mean they're real close to being done. Once it says it's done checking, I think we're going to go ahead and post it. I just wanted, it said that the restrictions are not going to affect my watch hours, but they will affect I won't be able to monetize that video. And if that video, for some crazy reason, goes 100,000 views for 5 hours, so it had 500,000 watch hours or whatever, there was no way I was about to let YouTube not let me make money from that. Whenever, and I don't know, does anyone know, does YouTube pay you for the stuff that you made before you were monetized? I hope they do. All right, we're gonna read the comments. Sorry, guys. I had turkey lately coming. Nice, David. Had Spain in this morning. I'll see if he connected. Title is the juice worth the squeeze in the Philippines. For the 5-hour video, you've got a bunch of very good ideas, Stone Cold, but I feel like we need something that everybody in the world wants to click. I'm not sure how to do that. You have a thumbnail with JN squeezing your neck. I don't know. Maybe with that thumbnail like that, that might work. But we definitely had a spat in the middle of that stream. You guys, Stone Cold, you got to watch the whole stream and figure out where the spat's at. Jan got out of line, and I'm like, Jan, I'm recording. This whole day's recorded. She quickly cheeked up and was in a better mood. What if you made the video like most dangerous place in the Philippines? Yeah, that would have to be a different video than the one we just, the 5-hour video. But sent my age to age 1 to you. All right, let's look at that demographic for David. Wow, that's amazing, David. I feel like you would have had 30% that is on their dad's phone, right? I feel like that's what I've been seeing a lot on your channel, is this 25 to 34 and 35 to 44 are kids on their parents' phones. Do you think I'm wrong? I don't know. I've experienced that a lot on my channel as well. Is the juice worth the squeeze? It's not a bad catchy thumbnail, because it doesn't, there's nothing clickbait about it. I mean, other than the fact that Jan never squeezed me in my neck in the video. I don't know. How about interviewing Filipinos, like homeless people, expats, former prisoners, teachers, just to get the sense of life and how it can get through the struggles or struggling, camping in the Philippines. These are all great ideas, Hapa. Let me screenshot. Oh, the guy I did a collaboration with, Randy, did a video about camping in the Philippines. You should check it out, Hapa. I don't know that you've even connected with Randy yet. I think I said Daniel. Randy in the Philippines is his channel name. Title 5 hours you'll never get back. I could title it watch this while you sleep for good luck. But yeah, I wouldn't expect a single person to actually watch the whole 5 hours. In fact, I say that at the 3 hour mark. I say that at the 2 hour mark. I consistently say that throughout the video. That if you're still listening at this point, like that, my subscriber percentage is 51 and 49. See, that's what I'm saying though, David. These are not good. If you look at Mr. Beast, and maybe he's just spreading fake news, but if you look at Mr. Beast's videos, most of the time it's like 10% are subscribed, 90% aren't. And Mr. Beast, I'm sure you know who Mr. Beast is. I'm going to explain it to you, but you're not that. You're on YouTube, after all. How could you be on YouTube and not know who Mr. Beast is? I don't aspire to be Mr. Beast, but I do aspire to having a successful channel. So I do watch his videos, try to get a feel for how I can implement some of his strategies in mine. And most of the time I can't because I don't have $1 million to give away or $100,000 to give away. Although we could title videos like $1,000, 1,000 peso challenge, and people that didn't know how much a peso is would think that it's a lot of money maybe. But that's for stuff once we get monetized, when we have, I guess, FU money. I don't think we're ever going to have that much money, but money that we can reinvest because we made it from the channel kind of thing. Because we're surviving just fine here, but we are just surviving. We're not quite to thriving yet, I don't think, financially. But I feel like that's a lot of people's misconceptions about foreigner in the Philippines, is that we've got lots of money. And probably would if I didn't buy chickens and things like that. That'll eventually be my retirement if they don't all die on me. There's a YouTube channel where a guy interviews drug addicts, strippers, homeless people, just to let them talk. They have insane stories and videos in the room. Blank background, good mic, black and white. It seems like a very niche. Maybe people would love to see that, but it seems like a potentially very niche category. But we could try something like corruption. Laid off this police officer. Here's his story. Something like that. You have to find a pitch that people want to see and hear. I only knew Mr. Beast 6 weeks ago. That's interesting. I feel like maybe it is because I watched a fair amount of his stuff, but I feel like he's always on my feed. I just kind of always felt like he was always on everybody's feed because YouTube's pushing his stuff like it's the newest addiction on the street or whatever. I really don't know what to do with leaves like this. I mean, the top leaves, of course, but some of these bottom leaves, it's like, don't look too great. I mean, they're going to make extract for tea, so I guess throw them in there. Mr. Beast is not on my journey, so God, says. I use other people's tips. Some ideas are working too. Yeah, I've got to maybe just, that is a whole nother demographic of YouTube. And once you get to the point where you're monetized, people will actually want to hear you. Be like, I started YouTube in January, monetized in April. This is how I did it. You know how many people are going to watch that? Is alcohol becoming a problem? JN tells all. Yeah, that's probably it's probably not a bad idea. It definitely is becoming a problem in our relationship. I mean, I don't think that I'm becoming an alcoholic, but mostly because I was an alcoholic and I was a lot different then than I am today. But I guess they do say that about alcoholics is they never notice it as they become one, right? Well, we got T-minus 1 hour to David's live. I'm here for chickens. I don't know. Didn't know you. Didn't you know? Are you seriously only here for chickens? You watch far too much of my content, brother, to just be here for the chickens. I feel like you came for the chickens, but you're staying for the drama and lifestyle of a monkey-brained foreigner making his way, becoming a father, starting ministry, right? And that's the thing. You come for one thing and then you stay for another. Right, Stone Cold? What did you come for in the beginning? At this point, I'm getting very lazy with these mint leaves and basically just shucking it like it was corn. After all, I'm most likely going to be the only one that drinks this. I've made it multiple times. It's like, hey, babe, my mom binge drinks on weekends. She had a rough upbringing. I wish she would stop. Do you feel like it's affecting her health pretty bad? Binge drinking like more than a fifth of whiskey every night kind of thing? Alcohol eventually took my dad's life. People don't give alcohol the respect it deserves, probably because it's legal. Moderation. Yeah, well, I don't know how well it would go over worldwide to make alcohol legal again. And I've said it before, and it's a very unpopular opinion here in the Philippines, but if they made other things legal here, like flowers, people smoking flowers would stop drinking. In fact, I know for a fact I would. But it's completely out of the realm of possibilities here that flowers are ever going to be legal. And I think the reason being because San Miguel, our corporation, makes so much money on people addicted to alcohol. To support J&K collabs. To support J&K collabs? Did I miss a comment from J&K? Is J&K still in the building? But yeah, I would definitely love to do a collab with J&K again. Yep, it's affecting her health. She's been over 12 beers and several other small handheld wine bottles. Yeah, I feel like 12 beers is definitely a little bit over the limit, but I used to hammer 30. So, and it was 30 throughout the day. Like I never got drunk, or I kept a steady buzz going all day on the 30 pack on the weekends. Would drink like 1 or 2 beers an hour at the most. So it wasn't like I'd go to parties or whatever where guys would just put 4 or 5 down in an hour and then black out kind of thing. But yeah, I'm sorry it's affecting her health. Sorry to hear that, Rob. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rob, that you lost your dad to alcohol. My dad was pretty bad alcoholic before he met my mom. My mom changed him. So it runs in my family too. I don't know. Definitely was an alcoholic when I got rid of a case of beer by myself over the weekend. But I have memory of all the times I was drinking beer. So I wasn't getting blackout drunk or anything. From alcoholism to growing lettuce in 12 easy steps. Hey, that might be a good title for a video. My name's Levi Russell, and I'm an alcoholic. And here's my story, how to kick the habit, something like that. They have found his body next to some railroad tracks and his head in a pond. So how is that alcohol? That's a wild story, Rob. Sorry, you lost your dad. My uncle was found on the side of a freeway. Never met him. He was addicted to meth. Yeah, meth is a rough one. I've known quite a few guys, lived with them, that were addicted to meth. Then they go to a doctor, get put on legal meth, and they say they're solving their problem. Sure, they're not smoking meth while they have the legal stuff, but as soon as they run out of the legal stuff because they overuse it, then they just go right back to the meth. So much for not talking about drugs. Oh well. What is legal meth? There's so many. Adderall is like one piece away from being meth. Suboxone. There's so many of them. Never heard that painkiller story? That this family, what's the name of the family? Made billions off of selling legalized hardcore drugs to people. Couldn't stop drinking, was living in treatment, trying to get sober, left the home, hit the streets. The streets took him. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense on how it was alcohol. I just was like, how did alcohol separate his head? But I'm picking up what you're putting down now. My pops was an alcoholic. He let me drink my first beer when I was 11. Like he started buying you cases when he was 11, when you were 11? Or like just let you enjoy your first beer and then it was like, all right, now you know what I'm all about, why I love this, and then never let you drink again. Because drinking at 11 is the worst thing the parent could do for their kid if it was a regular thing. But if they're just giving you a lens into their addiction so that you understand this is why I have a problem. Doesn't this feel so good? I mean, alcohol probably doesn't feel that good for the first time when you're 11, but they say that sometimes behavior like that can stop someone from drinking. But it clearly never stopped. He let me sip his beer. I didn't like it. He should have made you drink a whole one right in front of him so that you threw up and you never wanted to have alcohol again. I know that's child abuse. I'm saying that's the type of behavior that will keep kids away from it. I wish my dad would have did that with me. I got a good taste for it and then never been able to put it down. Yeah, crazy, crazy young. What I just said there, you guys can just go ahead and forget what I just said there. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not even going to upload this video because of what I just said. It doesn't sound like good advice. But it's like, I'm sure you guys have heard if you catch a kid with a pack of cigarettes, make them smoke the whole pack and they'll never smoke again. I don't know that that actually works or not. His mistakes shaped my life, maybe saved me from a similar path. Lesson of being strong. Man can fall to their demons, so don't let them take root. Yeah, there's that one guy that says you got 2 dogs inside of you. I don't know why he's used dogs instead of demons. Maybe because it sounds a little bit more friendly. The one you feed is the one that's going to get stronger and defeat the other one. So don't feed the bad dog. True, Rob, 100%. I feel like if I use the rest of this is going to be the strongest batch of tea I've ever made. But yeah, guys, I apologize for what I said about you stone cold. That probably was the worst thing that I've said, worst advice I ever gave. I'm 27 years old, you guys. Cut me a break. I'm not one to give advice. I should never do it again. Don't judge. I understand. I just hate seeing good people fall. Do you guys think I'm a good person? Look at that. No restrictions. All right, we're opening this. We're opening the floodgates. It's a little bit of a poor time to list something as public. 1 o'clock is not a great time, but it should hopefully get the video rolling. All right, last votes. What do we go with the title? You guys are the core group. American, in all caps, farming in the Philippines, POV is not a great title. We're going to work on the thumbnail after we get it posted. But I feel like you guys might be delayed. What are we changing the title to? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That you can always change the title and come up with a better one later, but I did want to start off right so that those 100 subscribers that watch all my videos see it and click on it. Because I think there are going to be quite a few people that are going to be like, 5 hours, I ain't even touching that. I'm not even going to open it up. Then there's going to be people that click on it and then look after the ads have already loaded up or whatever, and then see that it's 5 hours and be like, I ain't got time for this, and leave in a minute in. And I think we'd be better off if people never clicked on the video than to click on the video. I know we're going to lose basically everybody by the 1 hour mark, but like I said, I'm just banking on 20 people to watch all 5 hours. Why 5 hours in hell? Farming, American Farming in the Philippines is the title of my viral video. That's why I went with that. The one that had 27 minutes long, that had 13,000 views, was titled American Farming in the Philippines. But obviously this one is point of view, perspective, that might do well. I don't know. When I walk with that camera on, Canadian expat, Philippines, farming as well. Yeah, we could try expat farming in the Philippines, or American expat. But yeah, Rob, I already knew you're here farming. I remember all of our conversations, Rob, or most of them. But maybe other people in the chat, like Hoppa, didn't know. I'm American. I live in the Philippines. American farmers, full day in the Philippines. Hoppa, again, that's great, but I feel like the Philippines is too far down the. We need to figure out how to get the Philippines closer to the beginning of the title. I don't know how to do that in my brain right now. I feel like earlier you had a good one, and my adjustment to it was Philippine vlog, American farming in the Philippines. Or Philippine vlog, I'm an American farming in the Philippines, full day, something like that. American farmer trying to survive the Philippines. Do you think people will click because it says POV? Or do you think most people know what that means? Yeah, we need to get a title that Filipinos want to click on. I think my worst video that I posted was Heat Wave hits Aklan or something like that. And I think it was because I said Aklan. Nobody knows where Aklan is really, except for people that live in Aklan. And apparently they're not seeing my videos. Most people know what it means, especially the thumbnail. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of work to a thumbnail to get this to do well. But I do want to come up with a good title, post it, and then work on the thumbnail. Crime wave hits. There's always crime in the Philippines, but always done by the crocodiles. Clarence in handcuffs on the thumbnail. things not to do in the Philippines. I don't know. It's really not that much better. What do you guys think? Philippines Groundhog Day. American farmer on the island in the Pacific. The Farming Foreigner. My personal journey in becoming self-sufficient in the Philippines. That's really good, Rob. The Farming Foreigner. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this so that I might use it later because I thought that one worked well. How to earn $5 in 5 hours. Amen to that. Stone Cold. One seed at a time. Farming. Foreigner surviving the Philippines. That's pretty good. That's Canadian in me, eh? I do like the foreigner farming. The farming foreigner farming. Fact, dog poop turns white when they dress. Welcome, Jack Nitro Burst. Welcome to the chat. Where have you been? Have you been here the whole time? I thought this is the True Crew. I think this is what we're gonna call you guys. Rob, Hoppa, and Stone Cold, the True Crew. I know David and Noah and Tom and Jim and Bill are also in the True Crew, but they're currently not present. But I'm trying to come up with the title for this 5-hour video, Jack. And everyone's leaving their suggestions down below. So, Jack, if you think fact dog poop turns white when it dries is a good title for this 5-hour video, then I think you're whack. Hoppa is 308 derived from 308 Winchester. No, I think that's his area code, right? I used to have my area code listed on my YouTube channel, on my last YouTube channel. It's a cool way of making a good ring to the channel. Mine was 814, fishing 814. Oh, 308 is your birthday. Oh, my gulai. Oh, sorry. Gun guy here. LOL. I don't know how much more mint I should try to stick in this pot, because that's quite a lot. Some people, I think, cook mint with all the stems. Probably trade secret to that the oil comes out of the stems more than does the leaves. I do know that most plants, if you use the roots, as Bellis would say, I don't use the word roots, I use root. The root cause for cancer is overindulging. I'll take a nickel-plated Colt 45 on Western movies now. Well, I'm gonna pick a couple more leaves here. Would rather watch this video or the Titanic again. Titanic's not 5 hours long, is it? Okay, keep doing, Levi. Gotta go do some work as well. God bless y'all. Thanks, Rob. We'll catch you in a little bit. How to get a gun in the Philippines as an American. Check it. I know one person would watch that video. Bye, Rob. God bless you. Sorry to hear about your dad. Thanks again. Thanks, Papa. He's at peace now. He did his best. Thanks again. 3.5 hours is Titanic. Yeah, that makes more sense. Papa with the thumbs up. All right, so Rob's was a good suggestion. We're going to try that one, I think, to start off. I know y'all had really good suggestions. I think we're going to do. Well, can I not spell? For rain farming in the Philippines. PUB. Then I think I'm going to put day in life. My journey to becoming self-evident? No, self-sufficient. What do you guys think? Foreigner farming in the Philippines, POV, our journey to becoming self-sufficient. Philippine farming is better than NASCAR. Yeah, it's another good one. Philippines, simple kind of life. Almost and 3-step guide how to cure TAMPO or how to cause it. All right, fill this pot up with water. We're just making like a syrup concentrate. So we don't want to completely have it full, but even that's probably just a little bit too much. All right, we'll boil this and wait for David to do our live. How to snag a Filipino. That is coming up. Jan's been telling me soon, we're gonna do an interview about Jan said soon we're gonna do an interview about how to marry a Filipina kind of video, because I feel like that would do best, or finding love in the Philippines, something like that. All right, guys. Well, I got 15 minutes to do my thing, and then we're gonna go ahead and link up with David. But I gotta go to my dad's house and grab something, get these chickens back in it from outside before we go to do live with David. God bless you, Hapa, Stone Cold, Rob. Ooh, lots of people. That one guy that hopped in, Jack Nitro. Bill, David. So many people, so many comments. James and Karen, while I was talking about them, tuned in. Kind of made me shake my boots when James and Karen came in. Jan, 50 Building Bro, Noah Benton, Willie Garner, Yuya. God bless y'all. We'll see you in the next one. I'll tune in. Yeah, go over to David. So we get you on that stream. I'm not sure how much talking I'll be doing over there. David's quite the talker. I just kind of fill in whenever he's got some questions he wants to ask. Say hi to people as they come in. Ooh, split screen with David. Yeah. Catch you in a little bit. God bless you guys. Bye. Dropping the